Happy hour. It's more than happy hour. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am for this breaking news. Guys, if you don't know, I am an MMA fan through and through. If you've ever tuned into my podcast, your favorite blockhead, the Peanuts comic strip is my comic. My sport is mixed martial arts through and through. And it wasn't long ago that I did this on my last episode. I talked about the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani. Now, in my last video that I did, I talked about being on Spotify Live, and Ariel Helwani invited me into the conversation. That's about as far as it went. But if anybody's going to get something done in this sport, you can count on the confirmations from Ariel Helwani. When it says breaking news on his feed, then you can count on it. Spotify Live just came across my phone a few minutes ago, and it said that Nate Diaz has a fight. Okay, to recap, MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani. I put this on my Instagram. I can stop dead in my tracks because I want to know what Nate Diaz is going to talk about. I'm either going to be as confused as everybody else or as hyped up as his followers are. And, you know, I'm definitely a Nate Diaz mark in every way. So he says that in his contract he's got one fight left and he wants to get it done and he wants to fight somebody good and move on with his life. Boy, did they just give him somebody good. They gave him one of the next generation superstars. They gave him absolutely probably the most dangerous threat to the entire welterweight division. The breaking news is Nate Diaz will be facing Khamzat Chimaev in Las Vegas, UFC 279. Cheers. I want to get out of my car and get 2 cans of root beer, bust them together, and drink it like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I really do. This is big. But I have one issue with it. I have one issue with Nate Diaz and Khamzat Chimaev. Not so much the matchup. It's the venue. I understand Las Vegas is big for the MMA community. But we have a problem that needs to be addressed, and I feel like there's redemption if they put this on another card. If you go to UFC.com, there is not anything for UFC 279 right now. There's just up to 278, and they've confirmed 280 in Abu Dhabi on Fight Island. They've confirmed that it's going to be Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira for the lightweight championship. That one's confirmed. Again, great matchup. But to get back to Chimaev and Nate Diaz, first of all, I don't think this is going to go past 2 rounds. I mean, Nate Diaz coming off a loss to Leon Edwards, who is now facing Kamaru Usman in 278. But the spectacle behind Nate Diaz facing Khamzat Chimaev is off the charts. But the problem I have with it is this. I believe it should be held at Madison Square Garden. I believe since Jake Paul is still the main event on August 6th at Madison Square Garden, that redemption can happen for 2 things. The biggest stars show up for the UFC at Madison Square Garden. Our greatest fights happen on that card. Not always the greatest fights, but certainly some of them. Fight of the year last year was Madison Square Garden, Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje. You never seen that fight, you become a fan instantly if you watch that fight. But it's happened. Nate Diaz goes on Ariel Helwani's show, says, I got one fight left on my contract, and I want to fight somebody, and I want to fight somebody good, and I want out after that. And they give him Khamzat Chimaev, who a lot of us fans have been itching for. We've been frothing at the mouth for it for a while, and now it's official. According to Ariel Helwani, according to the breaking news on Spotify Live with Ringer MMA, with Ariel Helwani, with the MMA Hour, with his Twitter. Whenever it says breaking news and it's Ariel Helwani talking, we can trust the source. It never fails. ESPN MMA, same thing. But guys, I just wish that they would pump the brakes a little bit. Instead of having this in Las Vegas, I wish they would have it at Madison Square Garden. Not so much more to erase the Circus Sideshow Jake Paul, but just one reason to show that the biggest stars show up here. This is where Nate Diaz fought Jorge Masvidal for the BMF title, was at Madison Square Garden. And also, it has been announced that one of the greatest pioneers of this sport wants to have his last fight in the UFC at Madison Square Garden, 281. And that is the answer, Frankie Edgar. If Frankie Edgar is getting his last fight, his retirement fight at UFC 281, can we please put some more eyes on the product? Can we put some more eyes on Madison Square Garden? And they'll come to watch Khamzat Chimaev. And you know that they will fill the stadium to watch Nate Diaz. Frankie Edgar will get his proper send-off with more revenue, more pay-per-view buys, more eyes watching as this legend puts his gloves on for the last time. So, for the sake of Frankie Edgar getting the audience that he deserves, for the sake of showing that the best stars show up at Madison Square Garden, for the sake of Jake Paul being a main event at Madison Square Garden, we got a better one for you. And who knows, we might put a championship belt up that's even better than this fight. But guys, it's official. Cheers to the UFC. Cheers to Ariel Helwani. Cheers to Nate Diaz speaking his mind, saying what he wanted, and it coming to fruition. We've got to fight. So either way, wish that would happen. It's confirmed 279 in Las Vegas. I will tune in for it. The world will be watching. And here we go. I mean, what sound does it make when the UFC knocks it out of the park? Kaboom.